Well, for more on this, Seijiro Takeshita is a School of Management and Information professor at the University of Shizuoka. He joins us from there in Japan. How important is this alliance in the region and indeed the partnership between these two leaders?
It's essential, especially considering the threat that the region, especially the likes of Japan and Taiwan, had been facing from China, a severe aggression. And obviously, what we really need to do is solidify our ties, both in the economic terms as well as political and military terms, to basically ward off and loosen the pressure from China.
What could the detail be in terms of what they can achieve with this alliance? What's the detail behind it?
It's a reaffirmation of Japan being on the side of the United States in this war over hegemony between China and the United States. And the United States are now not only utilizing the military side, but a lot of economic issues, for example, restriction in semiconductor, and many of the trade issues, as well as the military issues, as you can see in the region. So basically, it's a reconfirmation that we need to strengthen our ties. And from the Japanese perspective as well, it's not only with Mr. Biden, there is a possibility that it will be, unfortunately, Mr. Trump. So, we have to continuously keep our relationship hot, especially with the United States, considering the possibility of further aggression from China that is going to come through in various aspects.
Well, with that in mind, how much of then is this about Taiwan and the threat from China, or is this also about sending a firm message now to North Korea?
Well, I believe that North Korea is a mere reconnaissance dog of China because obviously 95% of trade with North Korea is with China. But they are very dangerous. I think reconnaissance dog. China may not be able to control them. That's the danger. So I would not consider that as a separate issue. I think North Korea and China, I would consider that as a unified issue here. And as you just noted, yes, we are getting a lot of aggression. Missiles are being flown over our head every month or so. So obviously, the Japanese are becoming a lot more aware that this is not an issue only about Taiwan. It is certainly going to put the flame on our side as well.
If Donald Trump was to secure the White House, what could that mean to these relationships?
Well, it's going to be very difficult considering that, Mr. Trump has some very egoistic, foreign policy, which burns down many bridges. Mr. Abe did a fantastic job in sustaining, the bridge between Japan and the United States, in spite of Mr. Trump's unreasonable accusations. But, obviously, in order to gain his own vote, and popularity, Mr. Trump will obviously, ask Japan to increase its voluntary, association, especially in the military side, which is very difficult politically in Japan, considering that we have the Ninth Amendment, which basically disallows, further involvement into war. So it will be a very difficult situation if Mr. Trump, wins the election in 7 months.
Seijiro Takeshita, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.